Listen, Terraria has a host of different weapons, from the Meow Mirror to the Onyx Blaster, and of course to the Daedalus Bow, and pretty much anything in between. But sometimes those are just not enough. You need something bigger, you need something better. So that's exactly what I did. I built a tank. Hey Terraria fans, what's going on? Welcome back to another speed build video. Guys, in this one, yes, we are building a tank. Well, we built a tank and I'm going to show you how I put it together. Now, because in my last video, I had actually built a garbage truck and I built a few spaceships before that, I was kind of feeling a little bit on the mechanical side of things, and I decided to kind of continue that theme in today's build. And what I ended up with was a tank, and a pretty cool looking one at that. Now, we did go a little bit overboard with the paint job, but in general, the design and the shape looks pretty good. I think there's a couple of things that are a little bit challenging with a build like this. Now that said, this is a build that I've been thinking about for a while, and I'm super glad that I took up the challenge. And speaking of challenges, if you'd actually like to watch me challenge myself at making any of these builds, you can actually do so live on Twitch. The link is down below. And of course, if you're enjoying any of the content here on the channel, guys, do feel free to hit the like, the subscribe, or the little dinner bell thingy so you can know when the next video hits the old YouTube universe. Also because it's free and really helps me out. Finally, guys, don't forget to stay until the end of this video because I will be covering all of the materials that I used to make this tank, and well, you'll be able to replicate it or make an exact copy, whatever you want. Point is, it's at the end of the video, so do stay tuned until then. Or just skip ahead. I mean, I'm not the boss of you. Anyways, with all that said, guys, let's get to the build, shall we? right, so with our American themed tank now complete, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show you all of the materials that I used to actually put this thing together. Now, before I dive in here, guys, I do encourage you to pause the video so you can actually take a closer look if you're looking to build something similar. But that said, there's nothing really all that surprising. You know, it's a metallic type build, so we're going to be using some tin plating, some copper plating, and some cog. I think the really unique pieces, though, for the wheelbase is going to be the combination of the cog with the ship's wheel. There's a bunch of those to give it that kind of circular wheel look, and I actually think it looks really good. I think you could do something a little bit more intricate possibly, but I do think this looks good compared to just putting, well, silly green balloon and making a circle. But that's just my opinion, guys. You can do whatever you want. When it comes to walls, guys, we used a host of different walls, but a lot of this is going to be for the texturing and the terrain. So any stone or living leaf wall is really meant for that. When it comes to the actual tank, we use a little bit of purple rain wallpaper, and everything else is going to be metal. So tin plating, copper plating, and some iron brick wall, along with a bit of cog and some platinum brick wall, just to give it a nice kind of like detail and feature and just give it that texture that I think this build really needs. And guys, for paints, I did forget to add that we used deep blue paint, deep red paint, and white paint, of course, to give it that nice American flair. So yeah, that'll cover all of the materials that you're going to need should you decide to make this exact build. Of course, guys, feel free to swap stuff out as you see fit, but hopefully this gives you a better idea. Anyways, with all that said and all of the materials covered, let's move on to the rest of the video. All right, guys, so there you go. There is our tank build done. I gotta say, I really like the way this turned out. It did take me quite a bit of time just to play around with the wheels and the underside and the overall proportions of the build, but I think that's kind of normal when you're building something like this, because when you start out, you're not really sure exactly the starting point, and then as you kind of build through it, you realize that some things are a little bit off. In this case, it was definitely the treads and the wheels and the overall body of the tank. It just never felt right. I gotta say, while I really do like the way the gun and the little small mounted turret look, my favorite part is definitely the paint job. I'm not even American, and I just love the way this thing looks. I also think the fact that we added a couple other elements, like on the back end with the plating column, a couple of wires, and a couple of different materials just to give this a bit of texture really helps this tank look amazing. But again, I stress this, paint job for the win. Now, one thing I will point out is while I do like the way the background and sort of landscaping looks, it did keep it minimalistic, which was the right thing to do. I still think I probably could have added a little bit more detail there just to make this stand out a little bit more. We also could have added a small kind of smoke trail coming out of the tank as if it was actually, you know, running. So there's a couple of things I would have liked to have added, but overall, guys, I'm pretty happy with the result. But as always, that's just my opinion. So guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What would you like? What would you change? And what would you like to see me make in a future build? Because let's be honest, guys, I'm always looking for suggestions. Perhaps a larger tank. I don't know. Anyways, with all that said, guys, we are done. So thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. And as always, thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. We will see you in the next one.